real honour to be here and to be sharing with you. Today's practice is all about doing to be. What I mean by that is what we do here on our mats through the act of setting an intention, through breathing with awareness and mindfulness and moving our bodies in ways that it feels good for us to move. We create that space and opportunity to simply be. No other purpose, no other reason for doing yoga. To simply come back to that place of where you are, the good, the bad, the ugly. Letting yourself be there for however long you need to be there for. This is where we practice deep presence and deep stillness. So let's find our seat. A moment to identify where the sitting bones are. Settle down into the earth so you can lift up through the spine and the crown. A gentle tuck of the chin. You might want to turn the palms down on the tops of the thighs. Maybe you want to turn them up today. You might like to rest the hands inside your lap. Invite the eyes to shut and to seal. If you prefer to keep them open, then just casting the gaze down towards the earth. And there's that subtle tuck of the chin as we lower our awareness towards our hearts. Befriending your breath. Starting to breathe a little deeper, a little slower. Letting go of any tension you might be holding in your body, whether it be in your back, your shoulders, maybe in your face, or the jaw, the eyes, brow. Softening and letting go. And then resting your awareness of that space between your brows, what we call your third eye, or the home of your intuition. Don't be surprised if it feels like there's a gentle pressure when you rest your awareness there. It's just signaling that you're here, you've arrived. Within you that welcomes you. It's so quiet and so still. There's no forward, there's no backwards. It's just the eternal flow of now. Allow yourself to be in this place, to enter the radiance of you. Allow the palms to find each other. Hold them in prayer. Bow our heads a little deeper. We'll open with a chant of mantra Om if you'd like to join me. We take a deep inhale, exhale first, a big breath in. Out through the mouth. Inhale for Om. Release the hands. Let's make a few circles with the head. Just making a few revolutions. nice to keep the eyes closed for these movements. And going back the other way. Straight over onto our hands and knees, please, yogis. Beautiful. Knees as wide as hips, hands as wide as shoulders, firm into the tops of the feet. Let's come straight into our cat-cows, please. Inhale, lifting our hearts, lifting our gaze, and exhale, tucking chin and tailbone, pressing into the heels of the palms as you raise the back of the heart. Inhale. Continue with your cat-cow. Just consciously preparing the body, preparing the mind. Then we're going to tuck our toes, lift our knees. Send our sitting bones high and come into your Ardha Mukha Shavasana. Feel free to adjust the hands and the feet as you please. Feet as wide as hips, eyes on the space in between the knees or up towards the navel, and walk the feet out as if you're pedaling the feet on the spot, one heel at a time. Waking up the calf muscles, the backs of the thighs, lubricating into all the joints, including the toes. You might want to turn your awareness from side to side underneath either armpit, releasing further into the neck. And then just take a moment to settle into your first downward dog. Be gentle with yourself, compassionate. Little bend at the knees or a big bend at the knees. I'm going to take an inhale and just carry our right leg up high to begin with, sending that heel back, toes shooting down. And then we're going to open up the hip and take the leg over to the side as you bend the knee. Just really opening up into that hip for a moment. Maybe looking underneath the left armpit, and you might be able to see your foot as you wave or turn the foot in circles. Sending the foot back, toes shooting down and returning to the earth. Opposite side, inhale, send the leg back and high. Open up the hip, bend at the knee. Taking the awareness underneath the right armpit, little movement of the foot. Sending it back, toes shooting down, foot to the earth. Beautiful. Let's walk our feet forward to the tops of our mats. Coming to the top of the mat, keep the feet as wide as the hips, stay folded over your body, forward Uttanasana fold. And then bend the knees, let the fingers drag from the earth, so they're heavy, rolling up through the spine. One at a time, one vertebra at a time. As the tailbone comes down, the crown comes up, palms come open. So I want you to set yourself up in your Samastiti. Samastiti, traditionally big toes touch, gaps between the heels. If this isn't comfortable for your hips or your knees, make some more space and room. Palms are open. So as we set ourselves up in Samastiti, there's a few things to be conscious of in our Ashtanga practice. We want to start to activate the Ujjayi breath. So the Ujjayi breath, we're breathing in and out of the nose ideally, but if this passageway is compromised, please open your mouth. It's audible. So we're breathing in and out. It's brushing the back of the throat. It's stoking that internal fire. Somewhat like you're trying to fog up a mirror if your mouth was open, like, except the mouth is closed. And Once you've created the Ujjayi breath, maintain the Ujjayi breath if you can. Then we're going to become aware of our bandhas, that energetic lock. So becoming aware of Mula Bandha all the way down towards the pelvic floor, a gentle lift. Then at the navel, Uddiyana Bandha, drawing towards the spine and a natural inclination up high towards the heart. And then this subtle tuck of the chin, Janadhara Bandha, so that we're sealing the lock of the throat. Palms are open at our sides. Balancing into heels and toes, settling our drishti, our gaze towards the tip of our nose. And we're going to start with 3 rounds of Surya Namaskara A. On an inhale, raise the arms, take them high, look up to where the thumbs meet. Exhale, folding forward, either hands to the earth or to the shins as you bow your head. Inhale, finding a halfway lift, looking forward. Exhale, let's just step back for the first one, stepping back towards your plank. Rocking a little further forward onto the hands. Feel free to drop the knees or full chaturanga as you wrap the elbows in and lower with control. Inhale, finding either cobra to begin with, or maybe coming all the way up into your upward dog. And exhale, tucking toes, lifting sitting bones, and coming into your Ardha Mukha Shavasana, downward facing dog. And it's here that we breathe for 5 yogis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, looking forward, stepping for this first one. Right foot first, left foot second, lifting hearts. Exhale, we fold into Uttanasana. Inhale, root to rise, growing tall, looking high. Exhale, hands to hearts, returning to Samasthiti. Round 2. Inhale. Exhale, folding. Inhale, lifting hearts. Exhale, stepping or maybe jumping back to that plank. Chaturanga knees or full chaturanga. Inhale, sliding hips forward, hearts high. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look forward, little bend in the knees, step or lightly hop to the top of the mat, lifting hearts. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we rise. And exhale, Samasthiti. 3rd and final round, Surya Namaskara A. Inhale. Exhale, bowing forward. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, stepping or jumping back, lowering to the earth. Inhale. Exhale. So counting those 5 breaths. 4, 1. Little bend at the knees, sitting bones high. 2. Opening up at the sides of the body. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, stepping or lightly hopping, lifting hearts. Exhale. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale. Samasthiti. 3 rounds, Surya Namaskara B. Inhale, bend the knees, squeezing the thighs, looking up. Exhale, folding forward, tucking chin. Inhale, lifting hearts. Exhale, stepping or jumping back, chaturanga to the earth. Inhale, find your lift. Exhale, downward dog. Let's turn our left foot out, step the right foot forward in between the hands, setting yourself up for warrior 1. Inhale, shoot the arms high. Exhale, hands come down, stepping back, chaturanga, eyes forward, elbows close. Inhale. Exhale. Right foot turns out, left foot steps forward. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping back, chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look where you're going. Step or lightly hop. Lift our hearts. Exhale, we bow, Uttanasana. Inhale, bend the knees, take your seat, looking high. And exhale, Samasthiti. Round 2. Inhale, bend the knees, looking high. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, stepping or jumping. Chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale. Eyes on the feet. Turning the left foot out, right foot steps forward. Inhale, Virabhadasana A, knee over ankle. Exhale, stepping back, lower to the earth. Inhale. Exhale. Right foot turns out, left foot steps forward. Inhale. Exhale. Riding that exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1. Breath is becoming a little shorter perhaps. 2. Feeling the body, feeling the warmth. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, step or lightly hop. Lifting hearts. Exhale, bow, Uttanasana. Inhale, find Utkatasana at the seat. Squeezing the thighs, looking high. Exhale. Samasthiti, third and final round, Surya Namaskara B. Inhale. Exhale. Keeping that Ujjayi breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot turns out, right foot steps forward. Inhale. Exhale. Stepping back. Chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale. Right foot turns out, left foot steps forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1. Using your downward dog as an opportunity to regather your breath. 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, look where you're going. Lifting hearts. Exhale. Inhale, bend your knees, send your sitting bones back. Keep the knees bent. Exhale. Samasthiti. From your Samasthiti, bring your hands to your waist, stepping or lightly hopping, feet as wide as hips. Inhale, travel the vristi up high. Exhale, folding full Padangusthasana, picking up big toes with peace fingers. Inhale, straighten the elbows, look forward. Exhale, bend the elbows, tucking the chin, lower the crown, and breathe here for 5. 1. Active arms. 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, straight arms, look forward, straight into Padahastasana, hands underneath feet. Exhale, drop the hand, loosen at the elbows here. It's that gorilla grip. 1. Spread the fingers. 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, hands to our waist. Inhale, engage your core as you rise. Exhale, step or jump the feet back together. Samasthiti. So you're at the top of your mat. From here, bring your hands into a prayer position. We're going to step back with our right foot nice and long on the mat. Turn the toes to face the back of the room and have your left foot at 90 degrees, or maybe slightly fanning in the big toe. Inhale, arms to the teeth for Trikonasana. Exhale, extending forward, sending that left hip back as you start to come down, either picking up big toe, ankle, or shin. Stacking the shoulders, looking high towards your left fingertips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, looking down towards your right big toe. Inhale, we rise, arms to the teeth. Exhale, turning on the balls of the feet, extending forward, reaching for as the right hip transfers back and bringing the hand down, big toe, ankle or shin, looking high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, we rise. As we come up, hands onto the waist, turning, squaring the hips. Take the left arm high. Inhale, exhale, reaching forward, straight legs please. And then bringing the hand either to the outside of the right foot or higher up into the ankle or the shin. Looking over towards that right shoulder. Maybe keep the hand here or extend. Open the palm for 1, 2, 3. Just be conscious of where you're traveling your hips in air. 4, 5. Exhale, looking low. Inhale, arms to the teeth. Turning on the balls of the feet. Inhale, right arm high. Exhale, extending forward. Bringing the hand down, finding that twist. Looking over towards the left shoulder. Maybe extend. 1. Pravita Trikonasana. 2, 3. Twisted triangle. 4. Firming the hand into the earth if it's there. 5. Exhale, looking low. Inhale, we rise. Looking towards that right hand for a moment. Stepping forward to the top of your mat. Samasthiti. Beautiful. Hands into prayer. Let's step nice and long on our mats once again with our right leg. Toes face the back of the room. Left foot at that 90 degrees. Ankle to arch alignment. Inhale, arms to your T for Uttita Padmasana. Exhale, bending into the knee. Knee over the top of the ankle. And then taking your variation. Modification, hand on top of the thigh. Or hand to the outside of the foot. Taking top arm up. And then extending over. Finding that full extension. 1, looking underneath your armpit. 2, let's all ground into the back foot. 3, 4, 5. Exhale, look low. Inhale, we rise, arms to the teeth. Exhale, turning. Let's set ourselves up for the same on the opposite side, please. Top arm up and over, looking underneath the armpit. Ground into the nice edge of the foot. 4, 1. 2, 3, maintaining the breath. 4, 5, exhale, looking low. Inhale, we rise. Pravita Padmasana. Bring your hands onto your waist and ground down onto that left knee and keep the back toes tucked. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, bring that left arm over the top of the thigh and come into your side prayer, pressing the heels of the palms, lifting the elbows, choosing to either stay here or lifting the knee off the ground, staying on the ball of the foot for another modification or full asana, ground the heel down. If you want to extend the arms, descend the left arm to the earth, take the arm high and send it a little further across. For 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, looking low. Inhale, help yourselves to rise, arms to the T. Exhale, turning to the opposite end of the mat, front of the mat. Right knee down, back toes tucked. When you're ready, inhale, raise the arms, looking high. Exhale, crossing the right arm over the top of the left thigh. Palms meet. Lift the elbows, stack the elbows. Staying either here or inhale, picking up the knee. All grounding the heel. Full asana, hands to the earth. Top arm up and over. 1, 2, 3. This is my wobbly side. 4, 5. Looking down low. Inhale, we come all the way up. Arms to T. Look towards your right fingertips. And stepping to the top of your mat. Samastiti. Beautiful. When you're ready, stepping nice and long. I'm going to step nice and long with my left leg instead of my right leg. I'll be looking at the back of me. From here, yogis, we're going to come into Prasita Padmottanasana. Big toes slightly in perhaps. When you're ready, inhale, arms to the T. Exhale, hands to your waist. Inhale, elevate the gaze. Exhale, we fold forward, taking the hands to the earth if you can. Fingertips or palms. Inhale, straight arms. Exhale, bowing the head down. Walking the hands back again if that's available. Not necessary though. To the same level as your feet. Magnetize the elbows. Look towards the tip of your nose. Let's make this 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, straight arms, looking forward. Exhale, hands to your waist. Pause. Inhale, draw navel to spine. We rise. Exhale, release the hands. We're going to come straight to C variation. Inhale, arms to the T. Exhale, hands behind you. Interlacing the fingers, pressing the heels of the palms if you can. Looking high on your next inhale. Exhale, we fold. Lean the hearts forward, drop the head down. Carry those hands nice and high. 1. Take a little more weight into the balls of the feet and the toes. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1 breath, we rise, navel to spine, coming all the way up. Beautiful. Exhale, stepping to the top of your mat, 2 feet meet. Samastiti. Beautiful. From here, yogis, bring your hands around and behind you, coming into Parsvottanasana. So we want to create reverse prayer, again, only if available. If it's too difficult to bring the palms together like this, then please hold your elbows, or you can even have the fingers facing down. That's perfectly acceptable. From here, on an inhale, we lead with the right leg, turning to face the back of the mat. Have your stance not as wide as you've been stepping. Toes turned out, the left toes, the back foot. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, a little twist as we fold over that straight right leg. Tucking the chin. 1. Press the palms if they are together. Lift the elbows. 2, 3, 4, 5. On your inhale, keep the hands where they are. We rise, engaging our center. Exhale, turning on the balls of the feet. Same stance. Right toes fan out. Inhale, looking high. Exhale, let's bow and fold over our straight left leg. Doesn't matter how low you go. Tuck the chin with your right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 breath. Inhale, we come all the way up. Exhale, release your arms to the T. Look towards that right hand. Step the right foot forward to meet the left top of the mat. Samastiti. Maybe just rolling into those wrists a few times. bringing the backs of the palms to meet and the elbows to drop, releasing any tension you might have gathered in the wrists. Okay, we're coming to that point of our standing series where we balance. We're just going to do one standing asana today, which is Utthita Hasta Palangustasana, variations as well. So when you're ready, I want you to bring your left hand onto your left hip, ground down into your left foot. On an inhale, picking up the right knee. You might stay here holding the right knee. If available, peace fingers come down and hook the big toe. Just be mindful of that knee still shooting up towards the ceiling, anchoring down into your left big toe. And then see if you can start to extend that heel forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Start to open the leg or the knee out to the side. Maybe looking over your left shoulder if you've got the balance. I don't have quite the balance today, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, bringing the foot or the knee forward. And then on an exhale, a gentle bow, taking the nose towards the knee, just for one breath. 2 hands to the waist, extending that leg forward, pointing the toes. 1, 2, 3. Returning the foot to the earth and just walking the feet out. Recollecting yourself, coming back to a samastiti. Opposite side, right hand to right waist. Take a moment to ground down into the right foot. Find your lock, your drishti gaze, and keep it settled. When you're ready, on an inhale, finding the left knee. Perhaps finding the left big toe with the peace fingers. If you can, extending the heel forward, we breathe for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Use your exhalation to open the hip, sending either the knee or the foot to the side. Optional to challenge the balance and to look over your right shoulder for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, leg to center, that one breath fold. Exhale, nose towards your knee. 2 hands to your waist, extending the leg, pointing the toes, elevating our torso for 1, 2, 3. Foot to the earth. Walk it out, move it around, do what's necessary. I'm going to come down onto the mat for the seated sequence of our practice today. So, standing at the top of your mat in your samastiti, vinyasa please. Inhale, looking high. Exhale, falling forward. Inhale, raise our hearts and our gaze. Exhale, stepping or jumping back, chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale. Either stepping or maybe jumping through to your seat. If you're jumping through, step your hands a little bit wider just to give you that room. Inhale, balls of feet, bend the knees, look where you're going. Little jump, legs through. Extended here. Finding your dandasana please, your staff pose. Hands down beside the hips. Drawing the toes towards you. That Jaladhara lock at the throat by tucking the chin. Drishti on the big toes. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Paschimottanasana A, so folding forward. Some of you will find your shins, others will find their ankles, others will find the full asana by wrapping the peace fingers around the big toes. On your exhalation, start to gently fold while extending and lengthening the spine, sending the crown of the head forward. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, looking up, coming into B variation where the thumbs come to the front of the feet, 4 fingers wrap around the edges of the feet, and on an exhale, fold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, looking forward. Then coming over the tops of the feet, all binding if that's your practice. Use your exhalation to fold. And if you can't quite come into this asana, stay here, stay at the shins of the ankles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Return into your Dandasana. This is our equivalent of our Samasthiti for the seated asanas. And then transferring the hands back for Purvottanasana. So have the fingers facing the direction of your toes, about 6 inches back. There's 2 variations here. Modification, I want you to bend the knees and have the feet as wide as the hips. And we're going to come up into a reverse tabletop like this. If you have an established practice, keep the legs straight if you're feeling energetic today. Lifting the hips, travelling those feet down if you can. Starting to roll the inner thighs towards one another, eyes on our hearts, potentially dropping the head. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lifting and tucking the chin. Exhale, rolling down. Dandasana. Beautiful, yogis. From here, we're going to come straight into Janusharasana. So I'll just reposition myself so you can see me front on. From here, yogis, bending into your right leg, your right knee, and letting that knee drop to the side so the sole of the foot can come and meet the inside of your thigh. When you're ready, take an inhale. And then on an exhale, slightly twisting your navel so that you can fold over this right leg, finding shin, ankle or foot once again, and folding into the asana. We breathe, drawing those toes back. 1, relaxing the shoulders. 2, keeping them level. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, rising, returning to your Dandasana. Just in between our lefts and our rights here, we're going to bring our hands down. Take an inhale, lifting our sitting bones a millimetre or a few millimetres off the ground, dragging our heels back, forward, down. So what that does is activate the Mula Bandha, that energetic lock. Let's do that one more time when you're ready. Inhale, little or big lift. Exhale, drag it back, send it forward, return. Beautiful. Bending into your left knee now. Knee opens, sole of the foot finds the inside of the thigh. And where the sole of the foot and the inside of the thigh meet, let there be pressure and resistance. Every part of your body is alive right now. Take an inhale. Little twist as you fold. Exhale. 1, 2. Keeping those deep oceanic breaths of Ujjayi. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, rising and releasing. Dandasana. Beautiful. It's going to come into Marichasana now. Marichasana A and C. So when you're a bit ready, bending into the right knee, foot to the earth. I want you to make sure that there's about 1 fist distance between the foot and the inner thigh. Then bring your left hand out to the side. Beautiful. Inhale, sending right arm up towards the ceiling. On an exhale, make sure this arm is to the inside of your knee as you reach and extend as far as you possibly can. Beautiful. Then from here, yogis, some of you are going to just take this hand, our right hand, out a little bit wider to the side. And this is where you will practice. Bowing and folding here. For others, if the bind is available, I want you to flip your palm, bend at the elbow, bring it around, and with your left hand, see if you can find your fingers or your palm. Use your exhalation to fold and bow, making sure you're still drawing the left toes back, energy escaping from that heel. Let's make this 2, 3, drawing that right knee nice and close towards the rib cage. 4, 5, inhale and release. Releasing that leg, Dandasana. Bring your hands down, plug the hands into the earth. Inhale, lift. Exhale, returning. Bending into the left knee now, foot to the earth. Checking there's about 1 fist distance in between. And then from here, raising the left arm up nice and high. Exhale, reaching forward. Again, maybe your practice today takes you here, bringing your hand to the earth and folding. Or flip the palm, send it back, bend at the elbow, and see if either hand can find one another. And if you can't, maybe even you're not holding onto your clothing. Exhale, bowing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Dandasana. Mula Bandha checkup, please. Inhale. Exhale. Marichasana C. Bending please into the right knee, planting the foot, checking you have that fist distance once again. From here, yogis, it's probably best I actually turn this direction now. We're going to bring that right hand back and behind us and bring it onto the earth. On an inhale, bringing that left arm up nice and high, and then hooking the arm to the outside of the leg, wrapping. You can either stay here, I should say, staying here, and then turning to look over our shoulder, or if you're binding, extending the arm, flipping the palm once again, threading it back towards your belly button, and seeing if opposite hands can find each other. Use your exhalation to turn your awareness to the back of the room. Let's make this 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, looking forward and releasing, returning to Dandasana. When you're ready, inhale, lift. Exhale, shift, coming down, opposite side. Please bending into the left knee, planting the foot. Left hand comes around and behind. Making sure this right leg and right foot is active. Inhale up high. Either hooking the arm and staying here. It's a strong asana already. Or extending, flipping the palm, sending it back to where your belly button is, and seeing if opposite hands can find one another. Using your exhalation, starting to turn on the axis of the spine. 1, 2, plugging the left foot into the earth. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, releasing. When you're ready, inhale, lift up. Exhale, shift back. Dandasana. We're going to come into Marichasana. Sorry, we're not coming into Marichasana. We're going to come straight into Navasana, your boat pose. So when you're ready, we're going to do 3 rounds for 5 breaths each. Coming onto the sitting bones, bending at the knees, either keeping the feet on the earth, maybe the big toes connected, or starting to hover, extending the arms, eyes on those big toes for 1, lifting your torso, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can we cross at the ankles? Bring the feet nice and close to our bottoms. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come down. So that was round 1. Let's come into round 2. When you're ready, balancing on the sitting bones. You might want to extend the legs up a little higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cross the feet over the opposite way this time, balancing our bodies. Inhale. Exhale, final round when you're ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Crossing the ankles. Inhale, find that lift. And exhale, return. Beautiful. Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together, please, yogis. Let the knees drop out wide. We're going to come into A and B today. Let's wrap our left hand over the toes. So you're bringing the toes together to meet, and then bring your right hand over the top of the left hand. Beautiful. Let the knees just come out nice and wide. Inhale here. Exhale, tuck your chin, grow from the crown of your head, take your gaze down towards your toes, and it's as if you're drawing your toes towards your face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. Inhale, looking forward. B variation. Let's open the feet up like the pages of a book. Bring the elbows nice and close towards your groin or the thighs. Take your inhale, elevate the heart. Exhale, let's start folding forward. So as you fold forward, tuck your chin. 1, deep ujjayi breaths. 2, looking towards the tip of your nose. 3, 4, 5, beautiful. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, release. We're going to cross at the ankles. We're going to move through a vinyasa now, yogis, and come down onto our backs for the finishing sequence. And bring your hands out in front, stepping or jumping back, moving through vinyasa, please. Stepping, hopping or jumping to come down onto your bottom. Let's all come down onto our backs. As you roll down onto your backs, we're going to keep the knees bent, ready for some of our back bending practice, starting with Siddha Bandhasana, our bridge pose. Let's check that our feet are as wide as our hips, please. Palms down beside us. Little tuck of the chin, freeing the upper spine. When you're ready, push into the feet. Inhale, lift the sitting bones. Knees travel forward. Coming up a little higher onto the arms. If available, see if you can walk the shoulders underneath you and interlace the fingers into that lever. Eyes on your heart space. We breathe for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's walk the shoulders wide to release. Release the hands and roll down the length of your spine, allowing the tailbone to connect last. Amazing. We're going to do that one more time, staying with this, or coming up into Urdhva Dhanurasana, which is full back bend. See how we go with full back bend today. For me, my back is feeling particularly tight after sleeping on the floor next to baby Jude last night, so we'll just see how we go. Bringing our hands beside the ears. Elbows shooting high. When you're ready, take an inhale, press into the palms. Come over onto the ball of the head for a moment, readjust, reaffirm. Inhale, press into the hands, lifting the heart. Travel it back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tucking chin. Slowly coming down, rolling down the spine, tailbone connects last. Take a breath, enjoy that sense of grounding, returning, easing close. Little sways and shuffles from side to side, releasing into the lower back. Beautiful yogis, we're going to go through a vinyasa, so crossing at the ankles, rocking up and down a few times. Stepping or jumping through. Use that exhale to lower. Inhale. Exhale. Stepping or jumping through to come to the seat once again. I'm going to do Paschimottanasana C, just to balance out the back bend with the forward bend, just making sure that the fleshy bits are out to the sides. Take an inhale here in your Dandasana. On an exhale, extend the arms forward. So C variation is either the bind or hands over the top. If that's not available, please stay at shins or ankles. Use your exhale to lean into the asana. We breathe for 8 here, please. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. Exhale. Let's come down onto our backs. This one is Savangasana, so shoulder stand. If you're not practicing shoulder stand today, if it's your moon day, ladies, if you're having any issues with your neck at the moment or your eyesight or your blood pressure, find a space on the wall, bring your legs up the wall and enjoy a supported inversion instead. If you are practicing your shoulder stand lying on your back, and again, I'll see how I go, but I'll instruct you through it anyway. When you're ready, take an inhale. We want to encourage the legs to come up nice and high. I like to bring my legs back first in the halasana. Bring the hands a little bit closer together. Walk those elbows in nice and close. And then sending the feet up high. Big toes together. Little gaps between the heels. Keeping the gaze on your heart space. Breathing. Making sure you're not moving your head at any point in time. Keeping the head perfectly still. And then from here, we'll start to travel the feet over and behind us for that plow pose or that halasana. Feel free to bend your knees, especially if the feet don't find the earth. If the feet don't find the earth, bend the knees and rest the knees on the top of the forehead. If they do find the earth, just let the toes, the tops of the toenails rest on the carpet. If you're feeling comfortable, you can release the hands, interlace the fingers. Breathing, eyes on heart, eyes on intention, eyes on purpose. And we're going to transition into Karnapindasana. Return the hands to the middle back. Elbows magnetized towards one another. We're going to bend the knees. Now let the knees drop towards the ears. You might like to stay here, or you might like to bind the arms by wrapping the arms around the backs of the thighs, letting the palms find the ears, letting the elbows drop. This is the modification to help you get into full asana. Breathing. Breathe. The Ujjayi breath is becoming a little more audible now. If you are in the bind, release the hands. Walk the hands back to the middle back. Walk those elbows in. Let's slowly climb back up into the full asana or Savangasana. Big toes touch, little gaps between the heels. Now your option yogis. Some of you will take the modification by bringing the soles of the feet together in a Supta Baddha Konasana. Knees out wide. I'll see how I go in instructing our Supta Padmasana. So upside down lotus. Taking right foot towards the left groin or left hip, using the left hand to help you get there. And then encouraging the left foot to hook over and find the right hip or the seam of the right groin. So you might stay here, this is where you might find yourself. Full asana is to bring hands onto the knees.
Starting to play with extending the arms, so you're straightening at the elbows. It's very hard to talk in this asana. We breathe. If you have found yourself in Supta Padmasana, start to fold the knees closer towards you. See if you can wrap the arms around the outside, breathing. If you're not in this asana, still in your upside down Baddha Konasana, the soles of the feet together. Extending the legs nice and tall if you're in your Baddha Konasana. And then taking your time to roll down your back. If you're here with me, see if you can hook your big toes with your peace fingers. And start to slowly roll down the spine. Keep those toes hooked. Everyone joining me now for Matsyasana or fish pose. So if you're in this asana, we stay here, we come onto the elbows and we come over onto the crown of the head. This is a very advanced asana, looking towards the back of the mat, raising your hearts and breathing here. Everyone else, legs are long, extended. Bringing the hands underneath your bottom, so you're sitting on the backs of your palms, pointing your toes, bringing the elbows underneath you as well. And on an inhale, lift your heart, come over onto the crown of the head. Beautiful. From here, some of you will point the toes and stay with the feet anchored on the ground. For others, you might want to lift the feet, maybe even free the hands, palms of the hands meet. Breathing. Let the hands return, let the feet return. To come out of the asana, inhale, lift the head up, look at your heart, and then exhale, rolling down. I'm going to take a moment and catch my breath. A little rock from side to side, releasing into the hips, releasing into the lower back. I'm going to do one more vinyasa, yogis. When you're ready, draw those knees in nice and close. Rock and roll a few times to create that momentum. Coming all the way up and over, moving through at your own pace. Stepping or jumping to meet back on the mat. We return to find your seat, perhaps the same seat that you started your practicing. Maybe it's a Sukhasana, easy cross-legged. If you're feeling a little more open in the ankles, maybe you're coming into half lotus. Maybe you're finding your way into full lotus or Padmasana. Yoga Mudra, inhale, arms to the T. Exhale, hands behind, holding opposite elbows. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, we fold forward, conscious of keeping the sitting bones connected to the earth. If they rise, you've gone a little too far today. Dropping the head. This is your opportunity to close your eyes, come back to that place that welcomes you, place of stillness, of connection. Releasing the controlled Ujjayi breath and finding your way back to a natural rhythm and flow. Inhale, coming up. We turn the palms up. We close the eyes. We take a few moments here, letting the practice integrate to those deeper levels of self. Choose to close your practice in seated meditation here. If you're coming down from your Shavasana, take your time. Start to set yourself up. We want to lie on our backs. No parts of the body touching, please. need to take an extra stretch or twist, something that the body needs honouring right now, then please listen to that. Palms turn up. Feet turn out, slight tuck of the chin. If you've got a piece of clothing or an eye bag that you can place on the tops of the eyelids to block out the light and the distraction, then please do so. In unison, yogis, we're going to take a few rounds of a collective breath, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, and again, inhale. Exhale. One more, just like that. Swallowing. Licking the lips, parting the lips, resting the tongue at the roof of the mouth. Someone once told me to always live for the little things in life. Live for the 5 a.m. sunrises and the 5 p.m. sunsets, where you see colours in the sky that don't usually belong. Live for the road trips and the bike rides with music in your ears and the wind in your hair. Live for the days when you're surrounded by your favourite people, who make you realise that the world is not such a cold and harsh place after all. Live for the little things, because they will make you realise that this is what life is all about. This is what it means to be alive. These moments are all yours.
any eye covering if you're using one to fall off your face. So you can keep your eyes shut as you come to find your seat. If it's a little challenging, then just slightly part the eyes. Come to find that seat of comfort. And when you arrive there, please fold the hands in prayer in front of your heart and allow the head to bow. Bowing to your practice today, to its lessons and teachings. Most importantly, bowing to the space and the opportunity to simply be in what is right now. Let's close the practice with Om. Take a deep inhale, exhale, big breath. Inhale for Om. Hands to the forehead, to the lips, to the heart. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you for the practice. May it serve you